I'm sure you've heard the news. Pause, building suspense. Carney's latest move is shaking up global trade. Pause for emphasis. The EU didn't see this coming. With Trump's tariffs looming, the global trade landscape was already on edge. These weren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they represented billions in economic warfare. But Carney's bold strategy just flipped the script. Leaving Europe and analysts scrambling for answers. Pause for dramatic effect. To truly grasp the potential impact of this maneuver, we need to delve into the background of the individual orchestrating it all, Mark Carney. His career trajectory is nothing short of remarkable, a testament to his intellect and his willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. From his early days navigating the complexities of the Canadian financial system to his groundbreaking tenure at the Bank of England, Carney has consistently demonstrated an ability to anticipate and adapt to the ever-shifting landscape of global finance. He's not just a central banker, he's a visionary, a strategist, and a disruptor. Understanding his past is crucial to understanding the present and future implications of his actions. The former governor of the Bank of England, a position steeped in history and tradition, is known for his unconventional approaches to monetary policy. During his time at the helm, he wasn't afraid to experiment with new tools and strategies, often pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable within the established financial order. He challenged the status quo, questioned long-held assumptions, and consistently sought innovative solutions to complex economic problems. This willingness to deviate from the norm is a defining characteristic of his leadership, and a key factor in understanding his current endeavors. His legacy at the Bank of England is one of both respect and, at times, controversy, but always of profound influence. His latest gambit involves a sophisticated financial instrument that bypasses traditional tariff structures entirely. This isn't a simple tweak to existing regulations. It's a fundamental reimagining of how international trade can be conducted. The intricacies of this instrument are complex, involving layers of financial engineering and a deep understanding of global currency markets. It's a bold move, one that has the potential to reshape the global trade landscape and disrupt established power dynamics. The details are still emerging, but the implications are already sending shockwaves through the financial world. By leveraging currency swap agreements and alternative trade financing mechanisms, Carney is creating a parallel system that operates outside the constraints of traditional trade agreements. This allows for goods and services to flow freely between nations, circumventing tariffs and other trade barriers. The beauty of this approach lies in its subtlety and its ability to operate within the existing legal framework, while simultaneously undermining its intended purpose. It's a clever and potentially game-changing strategy that could redefine the future of international commerce. The flow of capital is being rerouted, and the traditional gatekeepers of global trade are struggling to keep up. The European Union now faces an unprecedented dilemma. Their carefully constructed trade policies, painstakingly negotiated over years of diplomatic effort, are suddenly being challenged by this innovative approach. The EU's reliance on tariffs and trade agreements as a means of protecting its industries and promoting its economic interests is now being called into question. This new financial instrument presents a direct challenge to the EU's authority and its ability to control the flow of goods and services within its borders. The stakes are high, and the EU's response will have far-reaching consequences for the future of global trade. Their carefully crafted trade policies suddenly seem outdated in the face of Carney's innovation. The old rules no longer apply, and the EU is scrambling to adapt to this new reality. The implications are profound, potentially undermining the very foundations of the European Union's economic model. This is not just a minor adjustment, it's a paradigm shift that requires a fundamental rethinking of trade strategy. The future of the EU's economic power hinges on its ability to respond effectively to this challenge. The clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting. The announcement triggered an immediate and visceral reaction in financial markets worldwide. Trading floors, already buzzing with activity, erupted into a frenzy as algorithms and human traders alike scrambled to process the implications of Carney's bold move. News spread like wildfire, amplified by social media and instant news feeds, creating a climate of both intense speculation and palpable uncertainty. The initial response was characterized by sharp, erratic movements as investors tried to anticipate the long-term consequences. The euro experienced a dramatic plunge, dropping 2% in the first hour alone. This initial shockwave sent ripples across the global currency markets, impacting everything from sovereign debt to commodity prices. Currency traders, caught off guard by the speed and magnitude of the decline, struggled to recalibrate their positions, leading to further volatility and exacerbating the initial downward spiral. The sudden devaluation raised immediate concerns about the stability of the eurozone and its potential impact on international trade. Leading economists and financial analysts are sharply divided in their assessment, calling it either a brilliant masterstroke or a reckless gamble with potentially devastating consequences. There's virtually no middle ground in the expert opinions being voiced. Some applaud Carney's audacity, arguing that bold action was necessary to address systemic imbalances and stimulate long-term growth. Others warn of unintended consequences, predicting market instability, capital flight, and a potential global recession. The lack of consensus among experts only adds to the prevailing sense of uncertainty and fuels further speculation about the ultimate outcome. From London to Frankfurt, from New York to Tokyo, financial centers around the globe are consumed by the fallout, with everyone's trying to decode Carney's endgame and understand the rationale behind such a drastic measure. News outlets are working around the clock to provide in-depth analysis and expert commentary, while government officials and central bankers are holding emergency meetings to assess the potential risks and coordinate their responses. The world is watching with bated breath as the implications of Carney's decision continue to unfold. The Trump administration's response has been notably muted and carefully calibrated, a telling sign in itself, suggesting a degree of internal debate and uncertainty about how to proceed. While some advisors are reportedly urging a strong condemnation of Carney's actions, others are advocating for a more cautious approach, recognizing the potential for unintended consequences and the need to maintain stable trade relations. The White House's silence speaks volumes, hinting at the complex geopolitical considerations at play. Behind closed doors, trade advisors and economic strategists are reportedly working overtime, burning the midnight oil to fully understand the far-reaching implications of Carney's move and to formulate a comprehensive response strategy. They are meticulously analyzing market data, consulting with industry experts, and gaming out various scenarios to anticipate potential risks and opportunities. The stakes are incredibly high and the pressure to get it right is immense. This isn't just about tariffs and trade disputes, it's about something far more profound. It's about reshaping the entire architecture of global trade, redefining the relationships between nations, and setting the stage for a new world order. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how goods, services, and capital flow across borders, impacting everything from supply chains to consumer prices. The implications are far-reaching and will be felt for decades to come. This is a chess game on a global scale, with each move carefully calculated and strategically executed. Carney has essentially created a new playbook, a comprehensive strategy that goes beyond traditional trade negotiations. This isn't just a set of isolated policies, it's a holistic approach that considers geopolitical factors, technological advancements, and the evolving needs of the global economy. Other nations are already studying it intensively, dissecting every detail and trying to understand the underlying principles. They're analyzing the potential benefits and risks, and developing their own strategies to respond to this new reality. Europe now faces a critical juncture. It has three primary options: adapt to the changing landscape, retaliate with its own set of measures, or engage in negotiations to find a mutually beneficial solution. Each path presents its own unique set of challenges and opportunities. The decisions made in the coming months will have a profound impact on the future of the European Union and its relationship with the rest of the world. The stakes are incredibly high, and the pressure to make the right choices is immense. Each path carries enormous risks and potential rewards. Adapting might mean compromising on certain principles but could also lead to greater stability and long-term growth. Retaliation could escalate tensions and trigger a trade war, but it might also be necessary to protect domestic industries. Negotiation offers the best chance for a peaceful resolution, but it requires compromise and a willingness to find common ground. The choices are complex and require careful consideration of all the factors involved. The long-term consequences of these decisions could fundamentally alter how nations conduct international trade for generations to come. We could see a fragmentation of the global economy, with the emergence of regional trade blocs and a decline in multilateral cooperation. Or, we could witness a renewed commitment to free trade and a strengthening of international institutions. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The world is at a crossroads, and the choices we make today will shape the global economy for years to come. We're potentially witnessing the birth of a new era in economic diplomacy, one characterized by increased competition, strategic maneuvering, and a greater emphasis on national interests. This new era will require a different set of skills and strategies, as nations navigate a more complex and uncertain global landscape. It will be a time of both challenges and opportunities, as countries seek to secure their economic future and maintain their competitive edge. The rules of the game are changing, and those who adapt quickly will be the ones who thrive. As we speak, negotiations are happening at the highest levels of government. The next 48 hours could determine whether Carney's gambit succeeds or backfires spectacularly. What's clear is that the old rules of international trade no longer apply. Carney has forced everyone to reconsider their assumptions about economic warfare. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this developing story.